And we are live.
What it do? What it do? What it do? I ain't gonna cap. It's Monday and this show about to be lit. Tanya
Yep.
Cash, how was the weekend?
Oh shoot, I ain't changed my name. Hold on, y'all. Hold on, I gotta change my name back to Jezabel the Truth.
Oh shoot! It's
um,
happening. It's happening right now. It's
the weekend has been chill. I'm back in the DMV area, so I just kind of been trying to play catch up with
okay.
bills, catch up just with everything that's been going on. But how was your weekend?
You know what? I was up there to DMV this weekend, so y'all got me. Y'all got me. DMV is why y'all so boring now? What's happening up there? Why y'all got dangerous and boring?
Monkeypox is happening.
Monkeypox. Now let me tell you, now, is monkeypox in the DMV? Has there been a DMV outbreak of
Um,
monkeypox yet?
Well, yes. It looks like the cases have increased to about 218 cases in the District of Columbia. There
Hmm.
is 117 cases in Maryland and only 76 cases in Virginia.
So Virginia is standing a little bit safer from it. Now,
Yeah, but
now,
we're still within the top 15 states with the highest cases of monkeypox right now.
now, I have heard so many different things about what monkeypox is, how you can get monkeypox, and I'm trying to tell you, it's gotten me a little thrown off. Now, at first, I'm not gonna lie, I thought this was some type of little filter that everybody was using to be hilarious on social media.
Uh-huh.
Now, have we seen someone physically walking around right now with the pox on their face?
There's this guy. He just shared a clip today about his monkeypox update. I need to find it. Let's see.
Oh,
Hold on. He shared an update. He did a video just showing all of what he has gotten, and it's like it looked like blisters all over your body. I mean, it looks disgusting. It just really looks terrible, but let's talk about this guy sharing his update on the monkeypox disease. So there are so many myths going around um regarding the monkeypox, okay?
okay.
I actually had to go to the CDC website today to try to read about it. Then I went around and tried to read the history of it because I understand that we have to protect certain groups of people, and sometimes they change
Whoa.
the narrative in the news to fit the environment, okay?
Yes.
If you understand what I'm saying. So
Oh, I know what you're saying.
I um I read about it, and when I went on the CDC website as far as trying to prevent obtaining monkeypox, the first five paragraphs talks about safe sex, right?
Safe
Um,
sex. Safe sex.
the first five paragraphs. Then there's
Okay.
a small little paragraph that says how to protect yourself when you're in public areas. So they talk about hot tubs, saunas, pools, going to concerts, but make sure that you're fully clothed so that you're not rubbing up against anybody with monkeypox, um, and such. But one of the biggest myths about monkeypox, or I don't know if it's a myth, because when I read the CDC website, it started talking about safe sex. So one of the myths is that it's prevalent amongst homosexual men.
There it is again.
Is that the myth that you were talking about?
I've heard that. I've heard that. Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. Now the gentleman that shared his update regarding the monkeypox, and y'all, I need to try to find this clip. He actually, what was funny about it is, well, it's not funny. Let me say that. Let me restate
What was interesting about it?
that. What's interesting about
There we
it
go.
is the fact that he had his homosexual partner in the background. He was like, yeah, um, he had it, he just got over it, he can't catch it twice, and now I have it. And so it pushed towards the myth that it is prevalent against gay males. There's one case where a woman has caught it, but a lot of people are,
Insinuating.
yeah, insinuating and just categorizing gay people, saying that they're the ones that's passing the monkeypox.
That is
Same
so.
thing
That is so crazy.
same thing with C-19. It was like it came from, people thought it came from the
China.
Asians. Yeah,
Mhm.
which it did.
Yeah.
It really did come. from a lab out there. But as far as the people being the sources of the spread, it was just
Right, right. That's how they made it. That's how they made it seem like you caught it from Chinese people. Had me afraid to go to my favorite Chinese restaurant. And I mean, like, and I was really upset by that. I was offended by that. And Good East, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Good East. I didn't stop coming to you because the pandemic. You stopped opening because of the pandemic. I would have still been coming there every day. I never believed for 1 second that you all brought it to us. But nevertheless, it was you. I'm glad you answered one of my main questions. Right?
mhm.
Is monkeypox like chickenpox? If they catch it one time, can they catch it again? And does a good oatmeal bath get it cleaned up? Because I remember when I had chickenpox as a kid, I had to take an oatmeal bath. Now, are these people that I'm seeing, I ain't gonna lie to you, everyone that I'm seeing was making it weird. They all got it on their mouth, around their mouth. I haven't seen the people with it all around their body yet. And I'm not really following the monkeypox outbreak. I'm not gonna lie, I am ignorant. When I heard, and this is social media talking, but when I heard that it was like a homosexual disease, um, my ignorance of it was like, you know what? People are making it already a joke. People are already being funny about it. So it can't be that serious. I'm going to let it go until it seems really serious. Now, I ain't going to lie to y'all. Until we get some proof and some type of concrete evidence on how this comes out, I really prefer people to stop saying that it comes from homosexuals because I don't want to be one of those people that kind of like think that that's how it's happening. And everybody that I see with it, I'm like, oh,
Let me answer your previous question as far as it being the same as chicken pox. That's also a myth. It says though it's similar to smallpox, chicken pox, monkeypox infection is much more different than those two infections.
okay,
Monkeypox is more painful.
woo,
Um,
because you grown.
and it causes the lymph nodes to swell. So, I mean, it's not deadly though. Well, people have died from it in the past. However, right now they're saying it's not as deadly as it could be.
Y'all
So,
know what we really got to start addressing? Since we're in a real world right now where cancel culture is serious, and I for one am offended for all the animals that have gotten to be named this. How did they get monkeypox? Why monkey? Why monkey if it didn't come from monkeys?
well, according to the CDC website, um, there's kind of they're saying it didn't directly come from monkeys, but they can possess the virus. So, I mean, it's still unclear.
Well, there you go. It come from monkeys.
They
All
only
of these people that got it, we have to find out if they touched a monkey before we
no.
start this putting homosexuality in their life. I want to know, were they around a monkey? Did they visit a zoo possibly? Because people are and have been. Have you not been seeing an outbreak of people getting pet monkeys? I've been seeing it. It's like people
Yeah.
getting pet monkeys like it ain't nothing now.
I mean,
Maybe someone bought a maybe these people are allergic to monkeys domestically, and somebody is in their areas of living has a pet monkey running around touching every dang on thing, and now outbreaks.
well, no, it's more serious than that, and I
I
mean,
gotta research on
and,
this. I'm gonna find out
yeah,
by next week. I'm gonna know more about monkeypox. I'm going to dedicate my time to um, studying the pox of the monkey.
yeah. I mean, I just say, stay safe. I'm kind of annoyed because I'm like, it's always something. So now, do we got to be back on lockdown? Like, what is really the out? Like, what do we do now?
I mean, if it's been classified as a sexual disease, they shouldn't put us in lockdown for that.
Well, it's not. That's the crazy thing. Okay, so see, this rabbit hole goes really, really deep because what the news is saying is that you could catch it from just simply somebody sneezing in the air and then you can catch it. That's what the news is telling us. And they're telling us it's not through sex and it's not a homosexual disease and that
Mm.
it comes from touching and basically just you could breathe it in. That's what they're telling us now. Now, when you go to the CDC website and you type in monkeypox and how to avoid catching it, it talks about in the first 4 or 5 paragraphs, it talks about having safer sex, being intimate with people, how basically kissing, stuff like that. Then at the bottom, that's when it talks about in public places, like of course sharing the same bath water with somebody, or drinking after someone, or
OJs? Could our rotations and sessions be in
yeah,
question?
yeah, those should be at a halt right now. Honestly,
Damn,
I think so.
damn. Now I think that's wise because you don't know what people doing in their personal lives anyway.
Well, it's kind of like herpes one. You're gonna know if someone has monkeypox. Like you
If you got monkeypox and you still coming outside to this session, you are disrespectful.
right, because
You mad disrespectful.
when someone has an outbreak of herpes one, you see kind of like a sore on their mouth somewhere. That's kind of
Mm-hmm.
like what monkeypox is.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it looks like that sore on someone's lip, but it's all over that person's body.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Well, I hope that I'm gonna tell you like this. This is one thing that I do hope. I hope they don't try to find another reason to give us goddamn shots and shit. I ain't trying to do all that.
Yeah, it's kind of it's
Yeah.
crazy.
Now, did you hear the breaking news today? That was rather crazy.
What
Your,
about mystical?
your boy, Mr. Shake It Fast, can't seem to keep his hands off of women.
I don't, and you know what? At first, my first instinct was like, no, man, this is just another money grab. But then I was like, you know what?
Not 3 times.
I can't. I can defend Robert, but I can't defend you, Mystical. Like because this, to me, like it just felt like nah.
Hey, you not going. You not gonna sneak that in there.
What?
You know what you snuck in there.
You know how I feel about.
We need a Robert Bell. Anytime Robert is mentioned, it's like ding. No.
I don't know. The situation with Mystical kind of just I don't know. As a female, it just kind of like it's like dang, like
I mean, like, yeah, no.
can't ignore it. I can't ignore it this time. See, with Robert,
it's not called rape with Robert. It's not called rape. It's called something else.
Right. So
that's like a little weird. Like it's like a little weird when you walking around just raping women, like because you think you can.
But I don't understand how he's like very attractive. So I would think females would be throwing it at him.
Well, obviously not. Obviously not. Obviously,
the ones he wants is not throwing it at him.
Well, I don't know this victim in question yet, and of course, soon it's going to definitely be coming out. But honestly, could you really think a guy that raps like that is smooth with talking to the ladies?
Yeah.
He probably don't know what to say to ladies.
He probably don't have to say nothing.
That's his problem, and that's his problem right there. He thinks he doesn't.
I need more details because honestly, like I mean, you right. He did just get out for something like that.
He's of course he said that woman did something to him, and in that case he didn't. He was just there. But I mean, I'm really waiting to see how this pans out. I ain't gonna lie to you, because my boy is looking real familiarly weird, like real weird.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. We're gonna definitely find out a lot more about that. But this school is locked up now. This school is locked up.
Yeah, that kind of stung today, and it was all over my timeline. Like I tried to go to from the business page to my personal page because I follow a lot of blogs on the business page, and I'm like, damn, it's on here too. Like, fuck, I can't run away from this shit. Like, so
look, Mystical going to jail for another rape is huge. Yeah. That is huge news. It's like another one.
He's not getting out this time. He's not getting away with it this time, depending on the details.
Look, honestly, for real, with crimes like that, you never know. You never know. Like, look at what they did to that dude down Shopper. Once they found out that first case, all them daggone women started coming out.
That's how they do. That's how they did Robert.
Sure. And I'm trying to tell you, man, like it's going crazy. They about to stick a fork in my man. He done. They definitely about to stick a fork in my man. Put it in him. He's done.
So
Did you did
you
you what?
I was about to say you have an interesting name today. And
Yeah, listen,
enlighten us.
listen. They trade they traded Brittany Griner and a damn cop for an arms dealer and a terrorist. Well, they fought for it. Now they gotta fight for it in America. Free all the damn weed heads. They just had a little bit of weed. Why they sitting behind them bars? Hey, come on now. Y'all giving us a lot of time down here in the America, but you're letting these people go. You're fighting for these NBA players who ain't supposed to have weed anyway, mind you, because they play in the NBA. But let's just go ahead with it now. Get them all out. I mean, I'm not talking about like all the kingpins and all that stuff. You see, I'm not talking about just like drug dealers and killers and stuff like that. I'm talking about all the people that you got behind those bars during the year, 2 years for a J.
Mm.
For a little 3-5. I mean, they ain't had no cartridges. Let's just get it off the daggone ban list altogether. Why don't we? And we won't have this problem to begin with. Then you won't be at risk, America, of losing your arms dealers that you catch red-handed. You won't be at risk of losing your terrorists so that they can get out and possibly terrorize you again for a little bit of weed. Come on, man. That's America. That's what we live in right now, y'all. America. Joe Biden has been busy for the past 3 weeks trying to figure out how to get Brittany Griner out of jail and not worried about how to get these pandemics under control. Now, I ain't gonna sit up that joint and accuse the man, but it's in the pudding. It's in the pudding. Has anything happened to all these pandemics and all these problems that's happening in America? But is an armed dealer and a terrorist going home to his family? I mean, he had a lot of time. He had about 40, 50 years that man did. And she was looking at about what, 10? That was a fair trade. Well, I hope that Brittany Griner's new favorite song is Fair Trade by Drake off the CLB album, because that didn't sound like a fair trade to me.
I mean, uh that whole thing right there. I thought that you would be happy that um he's doing that, free all we has. I thought that maybe you would kind of
Listen,
agree with.
listen. I totally agree with it. With it, it's just now precedent has been set that hey, a little bit of weed ain't that bad now. You gotta let my people go. I I've been saying it for years, and now the president finally agrees with me. But the only thing he ain't doing is doing it in America. He's
Yeah.
still sitting behind the wall. They still getting grabbed up. Kids are still catching little petty one-time, two-time crimes because they got a J. And then what they get, they can't get a job because they got weed in their daggone, a little weed charge on their background. So they out there. Well, body, do your job.
Okay, so how do you feel about um what Trump said?
Now, enlighten me and bring me up to speed because I've been a little busy this week.
I'm trying to find the clip. Oh my gosh, y'all gotta give me a second. You gotta give me a second. I'm trying to find the
Is
clip.
that the one is the comment about LeBron being he would draft LeBron and have him turn into a trans?
No,
Okay, because
basically,
that was an interesting comment there. It is also.
okay, I could pretty much sum it up. He said that's why y'all, I'm looking for the clip. I'm not paying attention, but all right. So Trump said in so many words, he says that hold on, let me see if I can edit this. He basically said that, okay, you went to another country, broke that country's law, and now we're supposed to have sympathy for you. In so many words, he's like, we're gonna trade, like you said, an arms dealer or whoever this man is. We're gonna trade him for a mistake. You know what I'm saying? It's not like she's been there before. That's basically what he said.
Correct. Correct.
The way he said it is like she took boatloads of drugs, but Trump, he's
And
basically
he's supposed to make it extreme, right? Because it has to sound extreme when you think about that the trade off is an arms dealer slash terrorist on public record.
yeah.
You better tell me that girl had got dang on 1,000,000 cards and she was looking to set up shop over there in Russia, make a little bit of side money. I mean, they already say the WNBA ain't paying no money, but y'all ain't heard that from me. That's the WNBA complaining about not making no money. So don't put that on me.
Everybody's like, free her. Like 10 years is damn sure excessive.
It is. It is. But guess what? Guess what I've learned, right? In this time, what is the amount of time that America would have agreed that she should have done that would have stopped her from fighting to get her out?
Okay, I found it, y'all. Sorry. Hold on 1 second. Let me share my screen. I finally found it. What am I sharing? My screen. Share audio. All right. Let me know if you can hear it. I'm about to take it back a little bit.
Went in there loaded up with drugs.
All right. Let's take it back.
Former Marine is being held there.
She went in there loaded up with drugs into a hostile territory where they're very vigilant about drugs. They don't like drugs. And she got caught. And now we're supposed to get her out. And she makes a lot of money, I guess. But we're supposed to get her out for a absolute killer and one of the biggest arms dealers in the world. Killed Americans, killed many people. And he's going to get a free card, and we're going to get her. She knew you don't go in there loaded up with drugs. And she admitted it. I assume she admitted it without too much force because it is what it is.
Yep.
And it certainly doesn't seem like a very good trade, does it?
Nope. Let me tell you my exact words. America said rebounds and blocks are more important to have than a terrorist off the streets. Because let me tell you what, Brittany Griner ain't a leading scorer. She ain't out there giving you 50 points, 20, 30 points, right? She just blocks and rebounds, possibly dunks. But let's go. Is this going to be great for the economy that they bring her home? Are all these people that were saying free Brittany Griner, are they going to stop paying their taxes, or were they going to start rioting and messing up America if she didn't come home for 10 years and miss the rest of her basketball career?
No, I think they're just gonna talk pretty much. I
just need America to tell me, because do anybody know how much time you get if you go through TSA? I mean, just flying into, I don't know, Texas or somewhere with some weed and some cartridges. How much time would you possibly get going across that? I mean, listen, they call it trafficking in America if I take me some weed from DC to VA. And you can't bring that across state lines. That's trafficking. Lord, don't let me get 3 or 4 different flavors, because now I'm a distributor. No, they in different bags because I don't want my flavors mixed, officer. No, you about to sell these. So come on, young. Come on. This is crazy. She's not even about to come to America and do no time. You know that. She's about to go to the court. They're trying to get her in before the playoffs.
I mean, I understand 10 years being excessive. I think maybe they should just give her probation or something, um,
Yeah,
or just ban her from coming back. I think that's more suffice than giving her 10 years.
I'm gonna
However,
tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why I agree with the time that anybody gets. Right? If I know a country's laws, if I
mhm,
know a state law, if I know a city's laws, town laws, if I choose to break them, I have to do my time. She's no that 10-year sentence that she was looking at is not any different than every other Russian person that they got caught with some weed. That's the
mhm,
that's the mandate. You take the risk, you do the time. Whatever you get is whatever you get if you get caught.
mm,
When I went to Jamaica, they gave me a whole bunch of weed in Jamaica. And I was about to get back on my boat. They said, take it with you, take it with you. And I said, oh no, whatever I don't finish here, y'all can even have it or throw it in the trash. I don't really give a damn. But I'm not about to get on that boat with it. They're trying to convince me that I'm not going to get checked and I'll be good and they know what happens. Well, guess what happened when I was walking through that line to get on that boat? I, me, the only person to get checked.
oh my god.
Oh, it was like, why? Everyone started asking me, why have they checking you, bro? Why did they check you, sir? I said, I don't know. I guess I looked like I was going to have some weed. I mean, they pulled my locks apart one by one and checked them all out to make sure I went through a whole extreme trying to get back on my boat from Jamaica. So, what if I had taken it? Do you imagine what they probably would have done to me? Oh,
Mm.
oh no. Do you think America would have came and got my black ass? Would they have traded Sixcess arms anybody for me? Would they have traded anybody for me?
Mm.
Well, guess what? Now we know. Anybody that goes over to another country, leave your weed at home. And if you got money and that's your thing, you should be able to set that up over there. I'm just
Mhm.
telling y'all. And if you can't go without it, then you got a problem. That's like a real serious problem. That if you can't go without it and you can't get it, then something is you gotta just figure out something.
All right, let me just show you something right quick.
Show me.
Oh, oh,
Is this a monkeypox outbreak?
mm.
I don't want to see a monkeypox outbreak.
Uh, what's that? Advised warning? Is that how you say it, or some shit? Anyway,
Yeah.
warning, guys. This content is really graphic. Do not flag me for showing y'all this. Mm.
Somebody about to tell like shit on your ass.
Ooh, can y'all see my screen?
There you go. Being disgusted.
I don't know what you're saying.
Now y'all now come on, y'all. This is not a good example. This is not a good
Not
example
this
for the
shit.
argument.
This young lady has
That's a lady?
monkeypox. Don't know where she got it from. So I tell you
Shit.
what I'm finna do is
Ah.
dig me a hole in the backyard. And when this shit disappear, y'all come holler at me. Y'all
Ah.
see this shit? This young lady has
She
monkeypox.
want to dig a hole in the backyard. She should. Ma'am, you should dig a hole in your backyard and go get in it till the end of the monkeypox. But I'm
Ah.
going to tell you one thing for sure, three things for certain. That's nasty. And 80 feet. 80 feet for me, people. 80 feet. You know what I'm about to start getting? I'm getting a bubble. That's it. I'm getting a bubble. It's official. I will be getting a bubble and start walking around.
Ah. Oh.
Call me Pac-Man. Call me Pac-Man. Now let me ask you a question. Over the weekend, I was sent a video. It was a rather disgusting video, but it wasn't as disgusting as what you just showed me. But it was my guy, Will Smith,
Ah. Thank
giving a half-ass apology
you.
to Chris Rock.
Mm.
Now,
What did
did
he say
you
about it?
did you see the Will Smith apology?
Yeah, I saw a glimpse of it.
Tell me what you thought. Tell me what you thought about my man. Will Smith, Willie from Philly.
It initially irritated me.
Mm, mm.
Uh,
It
you want
irritated me
to?
as well. I can take that. I agree. Thing. That's one. That's one. That's one.
Let me tell you why it irritated me. It irritated me because of what he said.
Right.
Now, I feel like had he been like, hold on, had he said something like, I mean, he shouldn't even mention like when they said, "Why didn't you apologize to Chris Rock at the Oscars?" He should have just been honest instead of saying he was foggy.
Hey man.
Once he said foggy, I just stopped listening after that. Like
Yep.
that was it. That like after that, I don't know what he said after that because I clicked off the video and was like, this is bullshit.
Well,
So
let me tell you what was crazy about that, right? Because I actually watched the whole segment. I won't call it an apology anymore, but I watched the whole segment. And after he said that, he proceeded to, in my metaphorically, slap Chris Rock again in the face. I mean, to sit there and say that it's so foggy that you don't remember slapping the man and you was in a daze, but yet you remember the man's face. Because you remember Questlove's face and how he looked so disappointed and all these things, but you don't remember walking up to that stage and slapping him. You also remember Jada Pinkett not saying nothing to you afterwards and everything else and woo blah blah blah. But yet you don't remember. I mean, you gave a pretty good-hearted speech while you was up there receiving it with all those crocodile tears. You seem to be pretty clear and lucid then. Let's look at this set here. Doesn't look like Will Smith is working on a project or chilling at home. Not working.
what does he put in his eyes to make them red? Because I feel like he like either pokes himself in the eyes before he starts talking on screen about sad stuff, or like I don't know. Let's just
This
hear this.
Will Smith is an actor and one of the best.
To you,
sharing his
This man says, I tried to apologize to him, but he wasn't ready to speak to me.
Chris, I apologize to you.
sharing his most extensive comments since the Oscars slap. Tonight, Will Smith says he's reached out to Chris Rock, who he says is not yet ready to talk.
I wasn't thinking, but how many people got hurt?
Only one person got hurt. The man you slapped.
Now,
in that moment. So I want to apologize to Chris's mother. I want to apologize to Chris's family.
For the last 3
Bullshit.
months, Smith says
He's
played
been
this
quiet.
moment out over
Yeah.
and over again.
Look at that sissy slap.
No part of me that thinks that was the right way to behave in that moment.
Smith says his wife, Jada Pinkett Smith, never
Look at that
encouraged
hand
the
of
slap,
support.
and that he
Look at that.
embarrassed his family.
I'm human. And
Wasn't he performing afterwards?
I
Didn't he
made
go perform right afterwards
mistake.
at a celebration
And-
party?
yep.
He remembered his
I'm
lyrics.
trying not to think of myself as a piece of I'm sorry really isn't
Enough.
sufficient.
It's not
Well-
enough.
I mean, listen. At this point, you can't wait 5 months, slap a man, and wait 5 months and be like, I was trying to get myself together. Honestly.
I think Chris Rock should sue the fuck out of him. How much is he getting for this new movie? We need to sue for at least 20% of that.
Man,
Man,
y'all
they
better than me.
destroyed it.
Chris Rock needs to square up and slap the shit out of Will Smith. That's what he needs to do.
No,
Take
he-
your manhood back. You don't need that man's money. Slap his ass back.
take his money.
But listen, I did say that I'm gonna be giving out some negative advice, y'all. And if you ask me, I would be like slap his ass back. But the professional answer is sue him. And I don't know. Black people don't like doing that though. Black people don't like taking it to court. That's some white people stuff.
Speaking of taking it to court, are you familiar with Cowboy?
Now, I am familiar with Cowboy. Now, are we talking about the Cowboy, the rapper,
Is he a
or
rapper that you?
Cowboy Nipsey Hussle's friend?
Oh, not Cowboy, Cow.
Okay, yes, I am familiar with Cowboy.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yes.
So there's been a lot of like chatter going around. I actually watched a video on YouTube last night of some OG basically saying that what he did, what Cowboy did. And if you guys are not familiar with Cowboy, he's supposed to be Nipsey Hussle's right hand man, best
Yes.
friend, confidant. And he testified in the Eric Holder trial. Eric Holder is the guy who Nipsey.
Yes, you killed them.
So So basically, he testified in a trial to state that because Eric Holder was claiming that Nipsey called him a snitch, blah, 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 he killed him out of rage, out of anger. And basically, Cowboy is stating that that's not what happened.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't there when the shooting actually happened, which I don't believe. I believe he was standing right there. But that's another story for another day. He basically said that Nipsey never called Eric a snitch. He basically just pulled him to the side and said, "Hey, check about this paperwork." Whoopie whoopie whoop, and they dapped each other up, according to Cowboy. And Cowboy went back in the store in the break room, which was 3 doors through the store. That's what he said. That's probably why I don't believe that he was back there. Who identifies how many doors you have to go through to get to the break room? He would have just said I was in the back.
Yes.
Anyway, another, you know, I'm not gonna get too deep into that. But anyway, he said he went in the back and then he heard gunshots and he ran to the front. And he was the first person in Nipsey's body. Now, this is where another discrepancy comes in. How you the first person in Nipsey's body when you was 3 doors through the store all the way in the back? Like,
Yeah.
and I understand he don't want to incriminate himself or whatever by saying he was actually there to get subpoenaed to say that to testify and say Eric did it. But I don't know. How do we feel about snitch? Is that snitching?
Now, honestly, I'm not gonna cap to you. You kill my man's in front of me, I can't kill you, and I can guarantee that you're not about to get out of jail for the rest of your life and you about to get justice for it, then that's what's happening. I'm sorry. Because listen, we can't sit at this joint and be encouraging Chris Rock to sue and not slap the shit out of Will Smith and not encouraging this man to do the right thing. Now, I could tell you, I can see how he could be the first person to his friend. If this is his best friend, right? And this is his number right hand boo cool man. Everybody else was running, scared when them shots went off. My man is running to make sure his man's is good. Like, I'm not running from nothing. I also heard the Cowboy was shot as well in the butt or something like that. But
He never really
confirmed it.
he never got into detail about that. However, I wouldn't compare this situation um to the other. Like I think
Of course not.
this is
This is massive. This is massive. This man's life was taken. Millions of dollars was taken out of these families' mouths.
Mhm.
Right?
Mhm.
A legacy of people that he was changing lives were affected.
Mhm.
This ain't just some gangster, some gangbanger out on the block getting gunned down by another gangbanger. This is a low life taking out a big dog. He has to pay. And I'm sorry. I'm trying to figure out why we clearly seen on a video camera, let's say 10 people, and he the only person we talking about. There should have been a lot of people that were willing to testify what happened out there.
Well, that's basically what he said. He was like, "You guys are coming at me, but y'all not. How do they even know that it was?" He called him something else. How do they even know it was Eric Holder that did it? Somebody else told, but y'all not going at them. And
Why are
actually,
people?
and, and, and actually, a lot of people have been coming at. People have just been trying to disrespect them online, let's say Brick Baby, and he's like, anybody that got something to say to me could catch the stage. Like he's about knocking niggas out. But
I
obviously
mean,
don't
I don't
nobody.
need a haircut, Mr. Brick Reed or whatever. I,
No. Cowboy was telling Brick Baby and any other quote unquote, y'all don't kill me, Crip.
yeah, I don't need a haircut, cow baby.
He said any Crips that got anything to say, they know where he at. Pull up on them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I bet.
He
Listen,
about that fade. Cowboy about that fade. He not gonna argue with no internet niggas. He was like, he did what he did to protect his homeboy name, and it is what it is. I just want
facts.
to know, like, is that considered snitching? I
No,
I
it's not. It's not considered snitching. And What did we miss? Listen, I wasn't out there. I wasn't out there. I was thousands of miles away, and I know Eric Holder did it. They showed the whole video. A whole video. What is America? What is anybody talking about? There was a video.
I mean,
We
street
we
code.
we saw him walk underneath and duck behind a car. We saw him lift up and extend. We saw him open fire. We saw him walk up on that man. We saw this with a video camera that was installed in a mall in which you done this at. Why are these people so delusional in 2022? Did I miss the stupid bus? Did I miss it? Please listen. I'm trying to tell y'all one thing for sure. Get off the dang on stupid bus.
Well, no, it's not.
Pull the ding. Pull the ding.
It's not the stupid bus. It's street code, quote unquote.
Let me tell you. Let me tell y'all what I think about street code. Let me tell y'all what I think about street code. Street code is stupid. Street code is ignorant, right? Let me tell y'all what street code is. Street code is the black team's way of putting you underneath of their own slavery. I mean, who's street code? When you think about street code, everybody's street code different. Why is that? Because it's according to whoever is the top boss dog of the code of that street is. Usually to protect them, keep them good. Because it was like, if you get caught, keep your mouth shut. Yeah, duh. Who wants to go around snitching and dragging everybody down? We learned that as kids. Don't snitch on your brother. Obviously. But we're talking about real life. What is street code? How has that ever made people money? All I ever see everybody that talks to me about street code ever do is spend a lot of time in jail and lose out on a lot of money.
Well, speaking of jail, street code of such, I just kind of been, I've been catching up on stuff. So
what you been watching?
Y'all don't kill me. Vlad, I love Vlad.
Oh my God! Don't watch that snitch. Now he's a snitch.
He be getting all the info though. Y'all don't sleep on Vlad. He be getting all the paperwork.
Let me tell you something. When I saw Vlad's face for the first time, it was all clear to me. Your man got a family member that's a DEA or something. That's definitely an agent. See what he do is he call it up. He say, who y'all investigating? Y'all got a murder on who? Oh, I'll bring him on the show. Anything you want me to ask him?
He don't do that, but if he does do that, then who's stupid? Because why are you answering questions that would incriminate yourself? But anyway, let's continue on to the story, which is Birdman's brother, Terrence Gangsta Williams.
Why does he have that name?
Did you hear about what he did?
No, refresh my memory. Is he suing someone?
No. This is where, what do we consider snitching? Because if we consider what Cowboy did with snitching, then this definitely got to be a form of snitching. Now, I think he did 23 years or something. He was locked up for life, and I think he did about 23 years. and they gave him a proposition,
Okay.
and he took it. And he said that everyone he told on was dead, and that's how he was able to get out of jail.
Oh my God. Oh my God. This guy here. Wow. Wow, man.
Wait, what?
So
I mean,
so
so is it snitching if the people dead though? Like,
is that a new loophole that we got now? That's what I'm saying. So listen, that brings me back to my initial comment. Street code is stupid, right? Because these people are dead, and he thought to snitch on these people because they were dead. So how are they able to, in America, what we call due process? Uh, what? How we like? What stops him from getting the names of? What stops anybody from getting the names of a few dead killers that they know of, and just running them out, running them down, ruining a few good people's names, messing up the lives that they left behind? It's absolutely snitching. It is the
you ain't,
exact same
you
thing.
ain't shit. You ain't shit, sick.
No, because that's what snitching is. Snitching is to bring someone else and mess up their name to fix yours.
Yeah, that's what he did,
Get them
regardless
on,
if they dead or not.
you put them on to get you off.
Okay, so that's where the discrepancy comes in, and this is where my left eye, it be kind of twitching and shit sometimes. So, this is what caught my attention, right? Because how often is the cops gonna be like, oh, okay, well the person's dead, murder solved. Let's just let him out.
Nah,
The discrepancy is that no, you had to tell on some active people in order to get out because it's a trade. What are you trading me if the person is dead? How is that going to help the
he gave him a
department?
weed head. He gave him a weed head.
It doesn't. So people are saying he had to give up. He had to give up some active people. Like, we're not going to sit here and believe that the police just let you free after 23 years because you decided to tell on some dead people. Like,
Let me tell you what's crazy, right?
they can't investigate it no more if the people are dead. Like, that's
Yeah,
no points
close
in their
place, right?
pocket.
Right.
So
What do they have to prove that these people did it? Like what's going on in America? And I'm
right.
really trying. And like, listen, let's ask a more crazy question. Do you think possibly he had a list of people that he was going to snitch on, and he was just waiting for them all to die? As soon as the last funeral was confirmed, he was
No.
like, "I got something for y'all."
No, I feel like he's been keeping his ear to the street, and it's probably someone that we're gonna see later on that gets indicted or some shit. Like, it's probably someone he thought that it rung a bell in his head, and he was like, you know what, this is my ticket out. Like, they doing big shit. Like, let me see if I could, Or maybe his lawyer came to him with the proposition. I do not believe myself. Sorry, I don't believe it. I don't believe that he's out here and he only told on dead people. Like, he might
Listen,
have told
ain't
on
no
dead
way.
people and some active people. Like, I don't think that's
Ain't
just
no way.
my thought. That's just
And
my
let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Even if he did tell on dead people only, those dead people were still connected to live people that investigations could have been brought up on and cases could have been brought up on.
yeah.
So I'm not about, you are 1,000% correct. And
Mhm.
I really would like to challenge anybody that says that's going to try to tell me that that the police department said, oh yeah, cool, give us all these dead names and you're good to go. Like, just give us a name. Just give us a name. And he thought of 6 dead people. Come on, guys.
So
We ain't doing it.
he said Birdman haven't been rocking with him since he got out. And he had some words for Boosie because Boosie was like, we all looked up to the OG, but then he did that foul shit and like now I don't have no love for him. So basically he was telling Boosie, he was like, shit, if you got a problem with what I did, you go do that time. I'm not doing that shit. I can't do that shit. And
Ooh.
when he said that also it kind of was like, dang, you did the crime. Do the time. Like, I don't like stuff like that. Don't if you get locked up for someone else, for your homeboy, something he did, and you're doing the time. Okay, all right. Then I can kind of see it's still wrong. I can see you turning. But if you was out here in these streets and you knew what you was doing and you was putting in work and you know this and you when it comes time when that gavel hit the whatever the desk,
Yeah.
you need to take and swallow whatever spit that's in your mouth. Like
Oh,
whatever you did, you need to do the time for it.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie to you. 23 years. At that point, you a cornerstone. I mean, listen. Now look, I didn't get on Takashi for not snitching. I don't know the ramifications of this man's case. You know what I'm saying? I want to get that out the way because let's just be real. I know a guy who did almost 50 years in the system for a crime that he did not commit because he did not snitch. Even though all of these people were dead, long gone, and he was still alive, facing this time and doing it till the very end. Now he's in his goddamn 60s or 70s. You know what I'm saying? So this guy, yeah, we call it OG. He gonna take all the stuff with him.
Does he regret not snitching?
He has to because his life is held down, right?
No, it could have been worse. Do you know that being labeled as? I mean, Takashi is the only cool snitch because people are scared to touch him.
No, Takashi. That's not why Takashi's a cool snitch. Takashi's a cool snitch because he had nothing to do with it and was violated. He was a victim. He wasn't. Although he was a puppet in a game, he listen. No one is going to agree with if you tell me we all together, we riding together, we getting it down. I go to jail, and now my whole set is about to put on display how they have sex with my baby mama. They kidnapped me, they extorted me, and I'm pretty much ain't shit to them. If you can't respect me if I sit there and just be like, yeah, they're having sex with my baby mother, and yeah, they kidnapped me and taking all my money, but I'm going to sit here and do the time for them because I was their lead. I was the face of the organization because I made the best music.
Look, I stand on what I say. When you get in, you know the rules and you stick to it, or you deal with the consequences. I'm just mad he ain't been touched yet. Like it's all these people got all this stuff to say, but he ain't.
Not everybody that wear gangster colors is a gangster. I mean, some people are just affiliated because they make them money and it's protection. Tekashi 6ix9ine is the prime example of, hey, I'll pay you guys to protect me in my publishing and my percentages. I need the clout. I need the protection. And guess what ends up happening? When stuff starts hitting the fan because these people are really criminals, they're all, he's the face. He did it for Instagram. He did it for the clout. It wasn't really us. We're going to have sex with his baby mama, and we're going to take all his money while he's in jail behind bars fighting this crime that he didn't commit, and he had no clue that he was signed into a record label, and that was a bunch of real gangsters that he thought that he was just getting into the music industry like a puppet, playing a role like everybody else.
Okay, but where's the accountability? You know what I'm saying? I have no sympathy for people like Tekashi. Where's the account? You knew what type of people these were before you asked them for their protection. So once you shook on that agreement, whatever agreement you had, then yeah, you deserve whatever coming with it.
I'm not talking about literal protection, but in the sense that
if they fucked your baby mama, it's not on them. It's on her. She the one that opened her legs. Like, what you mad at these niggas for? Like, they ain't raped the bitch. Like, so
everybody gotta pay. Everybody gotta pay. His baby mama paying too right now. She ain't with her. She lost. He home. She thought he was gone forever. He home, still making millions, and she out here Treyway hoeing and can't get no money because they all just locked up behind bars. Now look at her. She gotta be begging for money. She lost. She played the gamble. Everybody lost except him because they played with him and they thought he was dumb. That's why no one has touched him yet.
So his snitching was okay because I'm just confused.
You know what?
Classification of snitching and what should get you touched and what should not get you touched.
Listen,
I'm
at
just
the
trying
end
to
of the day,
understand
you
here.
only get touched. You only get touched when you stop putting food on people's table.
Mm.
Treyway still makes money off everything Tekashi 69 do because he signed to them in a lifetime contract as a record label. They still get his publishing. So they're sitting in jail right now collecting money and he's out here working. That's the trade-off. What we see in America is an artist out here snitching on his crew and whatever the case may be. But let me tell y'all the real reason why Treyway ain't gonna touch that boy, because when he went to jail, their money stopped. Because no one was calling for Treyway and them to perform. They wanted Tekashi.
Mm-hmm.
So if you tell me, I bet, y'all already got us. Y'all got our money, cow. We can't do nothing. How y'all know? Let's just play devil's advocate. How y'all know that they ain't all agree to it? Hey, look, get out, and we'll do the time because you make the money. We still can bring in $10 million a year, sitting behind bars doing nothing, not having to spend it, and our clout and our name will be big as ever when we come out in 10 years, 7 years max, minimum, right?
Yeah.
It's an easy trade-off. And we ask, how can a man that snitched on a whole gang not get touched? Well, if a whole gang is in on it, if a whole gang is still making millions of dollars, no one's going to touch him. They're going to make sure of it. Don't touch that guy. That's our money. We good. Now we can do the time for our crimes, get out, be free, stress-free millionaires. Thank you, Jesus. Sound like a fair trade to me. Another daggone Drake reference. If I make one more Drake reference, I have to be officially a Drake fan.
Mm-hmm.
But that sounds like a fair trade to me.
Mm.
But let's talk about what real snitching is. I mean, like, real snitching is taking people away from their families for the satisfaction of yourself, even though you've done everything.
Tekashi.
Nah, real snitching is what they was doing back in the mafia days. What Alpo and them was doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, bringing down people. They was out there running them up throughout the town. What them hitmen was doing. Getting hired by, goddamn, the mafia bosses. Killing and killing and killing. And then when they get caught talking about something, I can give you the guy to set it up. I can bring down the whole family for you. That's what snitching is. What these new people doing right now, anybody in the urban area that ain't making millions is not snitching. They're not snitching. These people are trying to save themselves.
You know who you remind me of right now?
Who that?
Charleston White.
Now let me tell y'all one thing. I like Charleston White, how he delivers things, but I don't really care for who he's attacking and that he's entertaining, right? Well, let's just be quite 1,000%. He's 100% right about the things that he says. Half the time, he's saying it in a disrespectful manner, and he's not thinking about the ramifications of what he's saying. And some of the things that he's not 100% of the time, let's say about 40% of the time, and in light of what he's talking about, because I didn't like what he was saying about Nipsey. I didn't like what he was saying about Nipsey.
No. Let's give him 90% of what he says is 100% correct. And the reason I say that, I don't like how he disrespect King Von, like saying fuck King Von, fuck Nipsey, fuck DMX. But then he turns it around by saying, I'm not talking about Earl, which is DMX, or I'm not talking about, I don't know, he don't like King Von, period. But
right.
I don't know Nipsey's real name, Uterus or Humerus or
Yes.
Uterus, some shit.
Yes.
So basically he'll say, I'm disrespecting their character, but not them. He don't respect Nipsey as a gangbanger and all of this shit that's not, positive, that wasn't positive to the youth in the beginning, but when he went to the funeral, like he said, he then saw another person and he didn't see Nipsey, he saw Uterus or Umerus.
Nah, that ain't his name, but he saw the real name. What the hell? God damn it. What the hell? But no, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like at the end of the day, we gotta understand something, right? We're in 2022, where everybody has the free will to be whatever they want to be. You know what I'm saying? Even all of these people, whatever they were before before their full manifestation of themselves, right? Whatever they were, at some point they realized, I want better, I want more, and I can give more. Now let's just be real though, right? They None of these people were like taken out because they were doing bad at the time. It wasn't even taken out for the bad that they had done. They were taken out because of the greatness that they had reached, and the level that they had reached was an envious level. And besides DMX, he OD'd apparently, or whatever they say. But the reality of the matter is, the lifestyle that he had to keep on generating, he was under that pressure. So we don't take into consideration anything that artists have to go through to
No,
present the art that people like.
He didn't have to self-indulge in drugs,
Well,
and
I mean, listen, honestly,
King Von didn't have to self-indulge in violence. That's what
well,
got him killed. And who was the other person? Oh, Nipsey. See, that's the only one I'm kind of like,
yeah, but you're not being fair though. You're not being fair though.
what?
King Von didn't have to indulge in violence.
No,
Well, y'all wouldn't have bought Crazy Story if he wasn't talking about killing people.
I didn't buy it.
I'm not talking about you in general, but that thing had billions of goddamn streams and sales. He was on tour with it. He was on tour personifying how gangster he was, and he would kill anybody that disrespected him or come across anybody that disrespected his family. That was his whole personification that made him money. Listen.
King Von really wasn't. I mean, he had a little buzz, but he didn't buzz until he was dead.
Well, I mean, until he caught his case. But at the end of the day, the reality of the matter is, y'all think that these people want to personify these lifestyles? Why do y'all think all these kids that jump out here and rap, they could be from the damn suburbs, but the first round they rap, they talking about busting somebody melon, riding on the ops, putting out with the sticks. These kids live in the goddamn suburbs and ain't touched the gun until they became rappers. You see what I'm saying? But yet they all of a sudden gangsters got a hard life and been through so much.
Mm-hmm.
Why do y'all think that is? Because America, you people do not support clean, wholesome people. You call them crazy. You give them names like conscious rappers. And someone said to me, they're lyrical rappers. As if lyrical is a thing. And I really hated that person for saying that to me. They're called lyrical rappers. Newsflash, any rapper that raps is lyrical.
No, they're not.
No. What is lyrics? I have this talk all the time. What is lyrics?
No. Lyrical to me is excelling. And it's excelling.
Yep.
In your lyrical content.
See, that's not fair.
Excelling and expanding in your lyrical content. So if I say, I don't know, walk you like a dog, then I went and bought a hog, is that lyrical?
It is.
No, it's not. It's just words that I put.
Listen.
Lyrical, it's lyrics.
Listen. It's lyrical. It's lyrical. Let me give you a whole synopsis of that from a songwriter point of view. You said walk you like a dog, then I bought a hog, right?
Uh-huh.
You could be talking about anything from fighting. You could be anything from talking about actually literally walking somebody like a dog. You could be talking about the lyrical. Now, what is the hog? Is the hog actually going to buy a hog? Is the hog going to buy some ribs? Is the hog, so like, we don't know.
No.
When you talk to that
lyrical artist, is your play is also an expel of your vocabulary, right? So if you're doing nursery or elementary rhymes like what I just did, that's not lyrical because you're not exercising more words.
Dr. Seuss is one of the most lyrical people to ever live.
No, he's He's a rhymer. I forgot how you call those type of people. It's just rhymes. It's not lyrical. Lyrical has more meaning. Let me.
No, let me tell you what you people, and not this is not a race thing, but this is you people. You people have put your own definitions on things to take away the greatness of people. It's minimizing. And it's not just you, Tanya Cash, Jezabel the Truth. It is America.
Okay, all right.
Because the definition of lyrics is simply the art of writing and putting things in form to be read in either a poem or a song form.
Okay. Well, instead of lyrical, we're gonna say intellectual rappers. How about that?
No, I totally agree. 100%. And that's what I told somebody. You have to classify that. If you're talking about conscious, if you're talking about intellectual, if you're talking about whatever the case may be, you could be talking about that. But at the end of the day, any artist that writes or any songwriter is lyrical. Because at the end of the day, I say it like this: a series of lyrics makes it a lyrical piece. And you guys cannot keep changing your definition old book, because this is why I had this debate on old book just 2 weeks ago, because they were trying to explain to me how these artists are not lyrical these days. And they were talking about like NBA Youngboy and things like that. And I said to them, and I was like, well, what's not lyrical? I mean, you all say yourselves, not you, but you all say yourselves, I don't even know what they're saying. Well, why is it that you don't know what they're saying, but my 13-year-old, 15-year-old, and 16-year-old seems to can break it down piece by piece? You don't know what he's talking about that? Well, he's pretty much talking about something he better not catch nobody that he beefing with, or he gonna do him like this, and then he gonna leave him, you know what I'm saying? Well, then it's gonna be cool. Well, they about to go, do this, that. Oh, that's how y'all talk now? Yeah. Back in the day, we had our slang. I mean, like, don't play with my yo-yo. That was, don't try to play me out. That was their slang back in the day. What was it? F the police. Well, that was their slang in the 80s. That's how they talk. They didn't have a creative way to say it. We created fuck the pigs, fuck 12. You know what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Like, these are all different translations of how it is. What we really can say is artists today are way more lyrical than artists before, who only knew a few series of words before a lot of words were even created. Different ways of saying things were created. Who's the real lyrical people now? Mr. I was born in the 80s and I don't know what they're saying and I don't understand that. Who's the lyrical one now? To that kid that's talking that jibbity jazz, born in the 90s, born in the 2000s, talking that jibbity. Got you out there like, what?
All right, I kind of want to take you back a little bit, because you talked about fame and how nobody would have listened to King Von if he wasn't talking about how violent and thorough he was. Yes. And so my question to you and everybody in the audience, do you think that you can have morals and still be popping or famous? Like, can you retain your morals and still be, or general morals, and be famous or obtain clout?
Let me tell you some real crazy stuff, and I hope that everybody don't look at me a bad way when I say this, but no, you cannot. Right? Okay. At the end of the day, I think that when you start off doing something, you have to stand on it. Right? Now, it's something that every artist sees. Look at an artist like Common. Why was Common popping or relevant, but yet didn't become relevant until he got under Kanye's umbrella, who was a later artist? Right? It wasn't because he wasn't a good artist. It was because that label that Kanye had was actually willing to push that brand. Right? They even after selling all these records, where Where's that brand being pushed at now? Listen, the way that stuff is being sold to everybody is not no different than it was in the beginning. It's that word called popular demand. There's no coincidence that the labels are signing every artist that sounds the same and pushes the same agenda. One dies, one goes to jail, another one right in there, just like a little puzzle piece. Bloop. Now, honestly, you guys have contaminated the good, wholesome, clean artists. Right? They, they, they ask you, did you hear that song? Did you like that record? It was cool. But then they get to watch the next artist come up, shake that asshole. I'm riding down on my ox with the stick. And all you in the job like, did you hear that? That shit hot. You know?
I
Yeah.
agree. I just want to say that I didn't think you was gonna agree with me on this, and it's just funny because we kind of like here because I thought about it earlier. Like as I scroll through Instagram on a daily basis, I start seeing people get more and more out of character for likes and views.
Yep.
And sometimes like I'm like a real grounded person. So of course, people like me, I'm like a common, like I'm like sticking to what my morals are and it's a battle sometimes.
Yep.
Like
Yep.
it's a battle. Like, no, I don't want to be like that because I'm looking at longevity and being true to myself.
Correct.
However, those who are capable of dismissing moral character and all of that, they seem to be skyrocketing. And this kind of
Exactly.
reminds me of like kind of like being a Christian, kind of sort of like those who are in the life, it looks glamorous, it looks great. You who are not in the life that's kind of trying to do good, you don't see instant gratification as you see it in others. But
Yep.
do you keep pushing to what's true to yourself, or do you follow what's popping? And that's why I wanted to ask this question because it's really, really important. Like when I start
It's
seeing people like on grown ass men, you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
And age has it shouldn't have nothing to do with it. But when I see grown ass men doing clown ass shit on
Yeah.
Instagram, I'm like, damn, dog, like you want to be seen that bad?
Yes.
Like you want people to notice you that bad? Like that you don't even
Look, hey, here we go. Newsflash. I've become one of those people, guys. Listen, I had 300 followers. 300 followers. Good morning, guys. Today's going to be epic. Make today great. Right? Right? Follow your dreams. 300 followers. No likes. No pays attention. Not one. Not one. Not even my damn wife. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about? Oh my God. Now let me wake up. Let me wake up and say some crazy ratchet shit. Everybody and their mama sees it. Calls me, comments, talks about it. You know how when I said I'm going to you treat this like school now, right? Life is always a learning point, and it's always going to be the schoolyard effect, right? And we're learning that what I'm learning in this whole test is that it's all the same. If you were popular in high school, you're gonna know how to be popular in social media. You're
that's
gonna know
not
how to be.
that's
Yeah.
not true.
Now listen,
Because let me just
listen.
intercept that right there because
Yep.
that's not you can be popular without looking for attention. And I know that for a fact. So when it to me it's a difference. Like I feel like I said, you can be popular without looking for attention. You could just have that. Social media is different. Like
Yeah.
people who were not popular, the people that pop on social media are those who weren't popular in real life. Like it's because they learned probably from high school or whatever, and now they create whatever they want to be. It's not authentic. In school, it's your authentic self. Like, you have a few people that go out their way to perceive to be something, but majority of the time, most of the popular people are just they're just themselves. Like, they might be
Correct.
good at sports, they might be good in music, they might could dress. That's just them. On
Correct.
social media, you're studying how to become something so that you can be popular. I think it's completely it's too
Well, I mean,
ends of
like
the
the thing.
spectrum.
What I'm saying is, if you were known for being the jock in high school, on social media, you can still be known for being the jock, right? If you were known for being the funny guy in high school, on social media, you can still be known as being the funny guy. It's about how you're approaching social media. Now, we have to understand something. Artists that are older, they are at a crossroad because, like you said, the natural effect. Like, I mean, a teenager automatically wants to go out and do some ratchet, wants to do something, capture every moment. You know, when you see older people doing it, it seems like, really? What? It's like when Will Smith got on TikTok for the first time. It was like, wait a minute. Do Will Smith has to do this on TikTok for him to get millions of followers? Or were millions of followers enjoying this?
We can't use him as an example because it's Will Smith, and I did enjoy watching him jump out of a helicopter. I think he was on a bridge, and he did. Was that
He did a
the?
lot of crazy things with
Yeah,
Jason Derulo.
but his was extreme. Like, and for his age to kind of just be
You
that.
mean for his budget? For his budget, he could afford to do that.
No, for his age. For me, it was for his age to be that old, and he's not really that old, but he's like 50, I think, or something like that, and to still like want to skydive and do like
Right.
life threatening shit.
We're,
Like, that
we're
was
in the
interesting to
we're
see.
in the world where it's all about attention.
Mm.
I mean, like, honestly, no matter who you are, right? No matter who the person is, it could be the smuggliest person, the most beautiful person, the most known person, the most unknown person. We're all in this world right now seeking attention.
No.
There's not one person that wants to go unnoticed in this world.
It's not unnoticed.
Or under the wing, or under the
It's still,
radar.
I have to be real. It's still too far.
A murderer?
Too
You talking
far
about
into
murderers?
no, too far into the spectrum because some people don't care for the attention. Okay, and
Well, then they should get on social media. They don't.
no,
They want. They on it.
no. Some people need to use social media for business purposes or whatever, but they don't care too much for attention.
But look though, the people that need it for business, they're the ones that should care more for attention than the people that just on it for entertainment.
Right.
They should care more. They should be making it their business to. They should be making it their business to ask, how can I get more attention on this joint? Because attention should equal sales. If that means you jumping out of cake and you telling everybody, sell, I don't care if it looked dumb and crazy. Well, it didn't look crazy when I watched it on HGTV and all those people was doing it. How about you try it? Like, honestly, we cannot get caught up in today's world. If you don't want attention, don't post anything. Don't watch your followers. And I can't stand the people who post and are not getting any likes, don't have any followers, and not following anybody. I'm like, you're really creepy. Is this like your photo album? Are you storing these things for your memory? Do you hope someone like uncarves like a dinosaur of you with your cell phone maybe, and they log into your Instagram and they see, oh, this person was pretty cool. No one liked it, or no one followed. They weren't following anybody, but this is pretty cool. No, you're creepy. You're on social media to stalk people. That's what you're doing. You're a murderer. You're a serial killer. And I don't like those type of people that don't use social media and don't want attention. If you're in today's world and you don't want attention, I'm watching you. I'm watching you more than anybody. Because that's scary to me. That's scary to me.
I know a few people like that. They don't they have social media, but their page is private. They got like one or two, maybe six photos,
What
and
they do for a living? Like just randomly, what they do for a living?
management.
Okay, so yeah, those people definitely have it to watch the people that they are hiring and interviewing and possibly working with. They want to know these people lifestyle.
No, they watch everybody else but the people they work with.
So they're crazy stalkers.
I don't know. I don't understand it myself. I'd be like, why you don't never post stuff? I'm just on here to look to be nosy. I said, okay.
See, there it is. They already said it. They just nosy. They just nosy. And I love it. I love it. I love them all. I love them all the same. If y'all watching, I love y'all all the same.
So
That's creepy.
throw away your morals if you want to be famous. So throw away your morals if you want to be popular.
I mean, listen.
That's what
Noted.
Now.
What?
Now.
100%. You have to know. You have to hurt people's feelings to be famous. You have to hurt people's feelings. You have to offend people at times, and you have to also know when to not offend people at times.
Mm-hmm.
You have to turn into an animal. You have to turn into that person that can't care about other people's feelings if you want to be famous, because it's dog eat dog. I'm sorry, if you want to walk around nice and hey, hi, hoo, hey, let's be friends. Well, that's what your friend is doing. Telling the person, no, pick me instead. They're cool.
That's what my aunt said. My aunt said, shit, ain't no niceness when you trying to make it to the top.
Let me tell y'all. My dose of reality. I ran with a clique. I'm not going to put that clique's name out there, but I ran with a clique in DC heavy. Every week we was doing shows together, all 7 of us, right? Well, one night I was sitting there watching my social media and they all was posting flyers and it didn't not one include me. So I asked, I say, hey, where's my flyer? Oh, you wasn't picked. As if no one's gonna pick me, right? As if I'm not gonna be picked and all y'all are, right? Like that's what I'm gonna believe, right? No, that's not gonna happen. But these people didn't advocate for me when the bigger show came on. They all advocated for themselves as a group, as a team. And you know what I realized that day? Why am I advocating for them? Why do I make sure all 7 of us get on when clearly I could just focus on myself? Well, you know what happened when I started doing that, people? More and more gigs. No one was asking me about the lucky 7. They was asking me about the great 1. What's up with you? I'm here. I'm there. I'm on the plane. I can get it. Let's do it. You know what happened when I started? I was in a rap group. I was in a real rap group. I mean, like all of us on a one song together, rapping our asses off, thinking we gonna make it. You know? And when people come, why aren't you doing this by yourself, man? These people holding you back. You know? And I'm sitting up there like, nah, they're my boys. But do you know what happened when they all decided they was ready to do whatever they wanted to do? They were happy with it. And you know what? I had to figure out what Sixcess was going to do. And listen, you're going to get to a point in your careers where you leave people behind, you outgrow people, and those people are going to want to try to reach back when you get to your level because they're going to want to feel like, hey, you can't. You like all these people like, oh, he didn't come back and put his mans in anymore. And that's what y'all say about a lot of these famous artists. He didn't put his mans in anymore. Why should they? I mean, after a 5 year strong grind of making a lot of money on your own, why should you? But hey, y'all wanted to keep talking and hold on to your morals and your morals in your music. Well, I'm gonna tell you like this. It's 2 things about your morals and your music. Your morals and your music should only matter to you. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's if you don't want to out here, you ain't got to talk about hoes. You ain't got to talk about be a lot of cussing in your music. I don't cuss in none of my music. You ain't gotta perpetuate drugs. You ain't gotta perpetuate any of that stuff. But you do, if you don't do that stuff, you have to work 3 times as hard as the people that are perpetuating all of that stuff. And I mean, your show gotta be tight. Your sound gotta be tight. Your work ethic gotta be tight. You gotta be where they aren't and everywhere they are. You can't get up that joint with a corny record. Oh my God. You cannot get up there with a corny record thinking that that's what it's about to be. Nah. Sonically, you should compete. Your content ain't gotta waver, but sonically, you should be competing. Don't get up there and tell me you don't rap like that and you up that joke. Yeah, we rapping. We getting dough. Everybody living successfully, trying to make it together. Unity. No one cares. Do y'all think that we would have listened to you and not see why if that joke wasn't vibing? Nah, that joke smacked. That joke was still a hit record. Nobody want to hear y'all trying to dumb your music down because you talk about you lyrical and you talk about you a conscious rapper. No, you suck. And you can't put bars together. And you don't have no just because you got a bunch of big words don't make you better or good. Because the things that make artists really good is when you can relate and correlate to the audience, to the fan base that you want. And that fan base can bring you more fan base. But just you up there talking to yourself, Excalibur. I'm sorry if no one brought up the source to the show tonight to understand what you're talking about. So you get no brownie points from me.
Okay, all right.
I'm just trying to tell y'all, big SAT word rappers up that joint, man. All that stuff, you philosophical rappers. Take it like it is. Don't think you better than somebody because you can use a lot of big words. That's not what it was. And like somebody said, Tupac wasn't a lyrical rapper. T-Pain. Now, honestly, if somebody don't get us a sample of T-Pain's piss, what drugs is he having in his system? What drugs is that man having?
But that's
you know what? Like T-Pain really just need to come out and say it. Like I believe every rapper is better. I believe every rapper is better than me. That's what T-Pain need to say.
No, T-Pain needs to just
play video games.
Sit down somewhere. I'm tired.
He needs to just play video games. His video gaming channel. Shout out to T-Pain's video gaming channel. But that's what he is now, a gamer. One who can determine talent and all that stuff. He is not. To say that any rapper would lyrically out rap Tupac. I mean, what are we talking about here? I mean, listen. I'm gonna put it like this, right? Tupac had over hundreds of songs in a 6-month span with Death Row. Now, one of those songs is he talking about the same thing twice. All of y'all people talk about how all these artists sound the same, not the same. Everything the same in every song. Woody, blah, 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 blah. Can't say that about Pop. Over 1 million songs in this man's catalog, and not one of them sound the same. Now, one of them is he talking about the same thing, except for the reality in people's lives that apparently still hasn't changed. Because black people still get beat up in the streets by cops. Black people still killing each other. There's still a lot of teenage pregnancy going on. Can we go on about what Pac has talked about that's still relevant today?
Men disrespecting women. Black men disrespecting black women.
Well, you know what?
I mean, you went there, so
you know what? We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that. Me personally, as a black man, we do not disrespect our black women. Listen, that's a whole nother show. That's a whole nother show.
You said what he talked about. He talked about that too.
While
disrespecting black women, he talked about it while doing it. But anyway, let's just move on.
He uplifted black women and black men all the same, but he addressed the social society, and that does happen, unfortunately. But there's a lot of it the other way, especially in today's world. The whole role reversal is crazy. But that's another show. That's another show.
Tupac defense team. Okay, so talking about morals.
I love Tupac.
Do you think Beyonce violated Khalees?
So honestly, let's just be quite real, and I'm gonna be 1,000%. Beyonce did not violate Khalees at all.
Okay, before you continue, I'm gonna stop you right there because I already know where you're gonna go with this. All right, so let's just do it on a softer note, right?
Yes.
Because I thought about it. I said what Beyonce did couldn't have been that serious. But then I was like, maybe Khalees just don't like her. You know what I'm saying? And feel like Beyonce been biting off of her style. You understand? And her creativity to some point. I've seen it. So I'm just like, maybe Khalees just doesn't like Beyonce and feels like, okay, if we're cool, why didn't you just say, hey, girl, I'm using a sample of yours, whatever the case may be.
Khalees is a cook.
Then I think about Khalees, Nas, Beyonce, Jay-Z. It could be some type of rivalry going on there. But
even more of a flex.
She made a big ass funk about Beyonce sampling one of her songs. And she talked about how Pharrell jacked her over, and yeah, Beyonce could have at least gave her a courtesy call to say, hey, I'm using your song.
Newsflash, Khalees, you a cook. No one calls the cook. Hello? When that's how you call the cook and ask for permission or something. You usually call the cook and tell them what you want to eat. Beyonce wasn't ordering no food. That ain't Khalees' record anyway. Khalees don't own that record. She sang it. Cool. But that was eons ago.
Now,
eons ago.
Did you hear Beyonce's new album?
I loved it.
Okay. Now,
I've heard it 3 times. I loved it.
Okay. So I'm going to take a chance to listen to it. However, I remember when her song came out, right?
Totally better than Drake's. Totally better than Drake's.
I remember when her last song came out. I forgot the name of it.
Break My Soul?
Yeah, that song.
Yes. Classic.
And yeah, that's what you said, right? So I didn't hear it for a while. I was like, oh my gosh, you know what? Let me listen to this new Beyonce track, right?
Don't you do it.
And I'm like, so your fans waited this long for you to ride someone else's song?
What you mean? What you mean?
Like, you didn't give us nothing new, no creativity. You just pretty much rolled somebody else's song. Like, where
in the Beyonce way. In the Beyonce way.
Where is her own music? Like, where are you? Like, you've been gone too long to come out with a remix to somebody else's song. Like,
that's so. That's
really,
so.
No.
That's what was wrong with it when Diana Ross did it.
She did it to Maze and Beverly and Maze. Like, and me personally, I like both songs that she did. I'm not even going to hate. I like how she's bridging the old with the new. But you cannot be a queen copycat. Like, you can't be that. And that's what she's becoming. I don't.
So let me get this. Let me get this straight. You know what? You know what? You know I got you now. You know I got you now.
What?
I finally got you now. What? I've been waiting for this day. And now it has finally come. The day I can get Tanya cash. Because you said last month, and I quote, you love you some Luther.
I do.
You said I love me some Luther, and I miss me some Luther, and I could listen to some Luther. Isn't Luther King karaoke? Karaoke King.
Okay. But
the exact way though. The exact. We didn't say that when Diana Ross did it.
Wait. Because between Luther and Burry, I like Burry more. Like, if you're asking me as far as my favorite olden time male R&B singer, it would not be. I love Luther. Don't get it twisted. I like the song he did, especially the song he did with Beyonce. Like, that's on my playlist. Like, I have 3 Beyonce songs on my playlist, and that is one of them. So. But it would be Barry White. But anyway, I don't like the fact that she just. I don't like that. I don't.
What we're not gonna do. What I'm not gonna do.
That. She's smart.
Beehive, y'all know.
She's lazy.
Miss Tanya Cash. Miss Tanya Cash doesn't know because she's not as invested as we are in the Beehive. But we happen to know that Beyonce gets presented music all the time.
So
And at this current part in her career, she don't have to give no new music.
she
She
should.
can simply do what is fun to her and what she wants to get off of her blessed soul. Because you know what? I enjoyed the album. It blazed what Drake tried to present to us in the dance culture. And it showed us she's older now. She's going into a new wave and she's ready to take over and dominate another genre, you know. And I'm simply proud of her for taking over a genre that's typically taken over by white people. Let's talk about that. Let's praise that for a second.
No. Now we see why Khalees is mad. Queen Ride alone, like
Khalees is mad because she hasn't had a hit since Milkshake. Khalees is mad because she's a chef.
No, Beyonce.
She's a chef.
Beyonce could do better. I'm disappointed
in her. Let me tell y'all one thing. Let me tell y'all one thing about what I want Khalees to do. I want Khalees to take her skills, go in the kitchen somewhere, bake Beyonce an apology cake, put it in the symbol of a B, send it over to Beyonce in her favorite flavor, and you better know it, Khalees, talk about you guys used to be friends, allegedly.
Oh, you're not gonna like this one.
Send her a cake.
Someone said Beyonce is starting to treat her music like she does Blue's hair.
I like that.
Lazy.
You know what? Like, and so we're gonna. So listen.
That is messed up. Like,
what we're not gonna do. What we're not gonna
get it on Twitter.
I just send me that tweet, and I'll let that person know you're not gonna attack that young sister's natural black hair. You're not gonna do it.
But you know,
you're not gonna do it.
People say it's about Blue Ivy's natural state of her hair. It's not that. It's really not. And me as a female, and I see a lot of women do it. You dolled up from your head down to your toenails. You got time to get your nails done. You got time to get your hair done. You got time to get your lashes done.
Hold up, though.
But your daughter, you won't even take time to put 2 barrettes in your daughter's hair, or
are you trying to
brush it a little bit, or not throw on a lace front on a. How old is Blue Ivy? Like,
are you trying to piss us off today?
Or even with the braids, like.
Wait a minute.
And
what side of the bed did you wake up?
Not to compare children now, but show me a picture of North's hair looking a mess.
Wait a minute. Are you about to sit up here and classify Blue Ivy as looking unkept?
Did you see her at that football game?
I did. She was fresh head to toe.
No. Not the one after they talked about her hair and then they put her hair in some curls or something like that. I'm talking about the video before that.
You know what? Listen.
Do I need to pull up clips? The only reason I'm saying something about this is because me personally, when I see women, you know, like in real life, not Beyonce, but
y'all tell me in
I
these
see them do it. When I see them do it, it irks my nerve because I'm like, damn, you look good. Why is your like all you had to do was just take some water and a brush and put some barrettes around her hair? Like, it's not you don't have to perm your child's hair. You don't have to put weave in your child's hair. You can simply just brush.
You're so lucky. You are so lucky. You are so lucky. If Jay Money was here saying that right now, YouTube would have kicked us off. But you a female, so you getting away with it. Now, me personally, y'all know.
I'm just
y'all know one thing for sure. I'm not about to do this. There's nothing I can say. I am totally blown away.
The point of that analogy was that Beyonce is lazy with her music now.
But Beyonce wears her hair like that wild natural look.
Okay, let's compare all the pictures of Blue Ivy in public and all the pictures of Beyonce in public.
Not all, but
no. Let's compare all of them because more so. 90% of the time, Beyonce's like she's never have a bad day.
No, Beyonce. No, talk about first of all, let's word that correctly. Beyonce can't have a bad day.
Right, but her child can.
That's that. We're not gonna. That's up for debate. That's up for debate. And it is Jay-Z's daughter. First of all, listen. That's not just Beyonce's daughter. That's Jay-Z's daughter too, who has free-forming locks. So he may be more of the free spirit with the hair.
Look, we're not gonna we're not gonna harp on
I'm
that.
gonna put,
All
maybe
I'm
it's Jay Z.
saying
Blame
is,
Jay Z. If you're gonna say somebody has bad hair, blame the parent who has bad hair choice, and not the parent who has good hair choice. You don't
no,
know. We don't know
I'm
what
gonna
goes on behind
blame.
those doors.
I'm gonna
But I'm
blame
sure it's not Beyonce.
the woman who's
I'm sure it's not
supposed
Beyonce for.
to keep her daughter as kept as herself. But anyway, let's
Nah,
move
the husband is the head of the household. The husband is the head of the household. Jay-Z's the king of the castle. Because y'all
look.
women said that if the man if the man makes money, then y'all will submit to him. And Jay-Z is a billionaire. So obviously Beyonce is just like a 2022 woman. She's submitting to her billionaire husband and letting the hair be free. What they say?
I'm not reading it. But yeah, I can't wait to listen to the album. I want
I
to
don't
see
like that.
who else she's copied off of.
Now listen. Y'all best believe whoever she has copied off of will get paid. The people that did some work, not just people that sang a song. Y'all, I told y'all a while ago, just singing a song don't mean nothing.
Look.
Just because you got a voice does not mean nothing. You have to learn the talent, and you have to learn to harness that talent. Don't have a beautiful voice and can't write a song to save your life. Well, you're asking yourself to get screwed over. And honestly, don't have corny content. And you know that little conversation about morals? That is where, if you're writing corny content and someone likes your voice but knows a certain style can sell more, what are you going to do? Are you going to still make corny music, or are you going to go out there and sell music because your voice is angelic? Look at Whitney Houston. Could you imagine if Whitney Houston would have kept writing her own songs, where she'd be? She should thank Celine Dion and all those white people that helped her out. Right? But yet, we don't care. We don't care who sang the songs. We only care about if the song gets signed.
We don't like sometimes we don't like remixes. They grow on us, but initially from someone, so for a queen like that to have been gone for a couple of years and come back to a remix or a remake of someone else's song, the song is fire. Don't get it twisted.
Now, are we talking about the Milkshake song? Are we talking about the Milkshake song?
No, we're talking about
the Break My Soul song.
Yeah, it's amazing. She did a great job.
No, tell me, I have to hear the original song. Who's originally sung by?
I can tell you.
Did you hear Cardi B's version of it?
No, I don't.
She said she was embarrassed after singing it. Now, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I haven't heard the original version of it, but I'm sure Beyonce sang it better.
No. She didn't sing it. She didn't sing it better. I mean, she probably did. Okay, the words are more relevant.
I can't believe I'm hearing this from a Luther fan. A Luther fan, for God's sakes.
No. She
Big Luther.
Oh, everybody. The name of the song, I ain't look it up, but I know the song is like everybody, and you can't break my soul. Like you gotta.
Hey, you're not being fair. You're talking about
Face Lover should know what I'm talking about because you're an R&B type of guy, so you should know what song I'm talking about.
I'm trying to tell you. I love a good old sample. I love a good sample.
I mean, she did the song justice. I'm not saying that the song is bad. I'm saying it was lazy of her to just give us a remake. Like if I was a Beyonce fan, I would be disrespected. I would feel ultimately disrespected.
You what they say, you barking up the wrong tree now. you barking up the wrong tree now. You going at the queen. You going at the queen.
Now, as we're speaking about vocals, I just want to tap into Mario giving us his vocals. He's been singing his ass off recently. Since Amarion failed to give us his vocals at the verses.
Will you buy a Mario album if it drops, or stream it rather?
Yeah, I would.
Okay,
he still drops music like every couple of years, like once a year or something like that. I'll run across. Mario. Yeah, I'll run across, like, I hear a song and I'm like, who is, damn, Mario, you still making music? Like, so, he's been giving us vocals. Amarion claims that Mario sabotaged his vocals and the mic went out. Oh, there was no mic test or something. So, as a performer, and to all my performers in the chat, how do you practice or prepare for hiccups that may occur during your performance?
Bruh, I'm gonna go ahead and put this out. half of these artists out here do not prepare for it at all. Actually, let's go ahead and use that Charleston White number. 90% of the artists out here do not prepare for a technical difficulty in their set. Do you know how many times I've seen the artist music go out or something happen with the mic and they looking at the DJ like, or some dumb shit, you know? Or my favorite, come on, DJ, start my shit out. Right? Now, I hate it when an artist performs at a venue that they don't own, don't have any part of, don't know anything about the sound, and then are not the first artists, but yet still complain about sound issues. See, what made you think your set was going to be any different than the other person that did before you? And if their mic didn't go out while they were performing, and your mic is, well, maybe it's you doing something wrong. Now, a lot of you artists might not know you all make your mics go out. You know how many artists don't know how to turn the microphone on? They you got to turn it on the side. Right? So, when you asking them, you're asking, do artists perform with errors? Let's get that question out the way. No, they don't, because artists are not performing anymore. Artists are going straight from the booth to the stage, not even knowing their damn words. And you think they're performing and rehearsing? But let's just answer the real question of how they should be preparing for mic errors. Well, that was in the initial thing. They should be practicing, rehearsing. I mean, listen, if you're rehearsing your set, you're usually rehearsing without a mic anyway. So usually what you're looking for in your show, if you're not doing sound check, and if you're not the first artist, and if you are the first artist, you're usually the guinea pig testing for wherever the dead spots are, however the mic sensitivity is, range, you know, things like that. But come on, you have to be practice step on that. That's what you practice.
But
you practice that.
Is there any way to prepare for like what happened to Lil Durk?
No.
How could you? I mean, because that remind me
unless it's rehearsed.
The last time I seen something like that was when Michael Jackson got burned in the back of his head and had to bleach it. Was that before or after he started bleaching?
That was Pepsi.
I don't remember.
That was Pepsi.
Yeah.
And you're right.
Wasn't that when he started bleaching or something?
It was right around the time, I believe so, yeah. Now, I'm not big on the timeline, but yeah. I know it was definitely after he was a big deal. You know, and he was already going light skin, so yeah. But the reality of it is, like that situation, Lil Durk did not prepare for that, right? But he is well trained in knowing what to do in that situation. And you see, not only is Lil Durk trained, his DJ is trained, and his team is trained on what to do with that. Because his DJ, you saw how he got the show right back on point and right back in.
Yeah.
But let me tell you, a lot of artists, they're not making no money doing these shows that they're doing, so they don't have that type of work ethic. If that happens to some of these indie artists, which we can't question them, if that happens, they're going to be ready to fight, ready to get off stage, ready to bitch complain, ready to sue, do all that type of shit. And the reality of it is, you have all those ramifications to do whatever you want to do, but you have to understand, no one might ask you back. When your mics go out, your mics may go out, but how do you prepare? How do you go on? The show must go on. You know what I'm saying? You have to figure out a way to give the best show. I walked into a show one time doing a show for these 5 Links guys, right? And I was very excited to do this show until I asked the main question, where are the mics? They said, we don't have mics. You guys got to go a cappella. I said, wait. Over our music? You want me to stand there like I'm doing poetry? This is the very first time I had ever done that. Immediately, everyone else that was with me, because like I said, I was in a rap group. They all said, I'm not doing it. I'm not performing. I'm not performing. I'm not doing it without no mics. Well, what did those Sixcess do, people? I handed them a flash drive with some solo records. I said, yeah, I'll do it. Well, when everybody didn't get paid and I did, they was a little upset because I just performed for all those people with no mics, possibly looking like an idiot. Surely no one heard me, but all eyes were on me, and I utilized them well. Of course, we've all had situations where the mic go out.
Yeah.
But guess what?
You keep going.
You got to keep going. There's an infamous Diddy falling through the stage, still performing. Travis Scott falling through the stage, still performing. Rod Wave falling through the stage, still performing. There's infamous footage of artists having technical difficulties, still performing. Sometimes you got to go with it, and that's what's gonna make you epic. I ain't gonna lie to you. It is what it is. Put the work in. Practice. You know why? I'm gonna tell you why artists get stuck when the music or the mic goes out and they can't hear themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're using all of these elements to keep track of what they're doing in their record. Some of them only really, a lot of artists I know only listen to their music when they in the car with their homeboys. Or really not at all. You know? A lot of artists get up there and perform things. What they say? What's the favorite saying? I want to see what y'all think about this. I got this new record. I want to know what y'all think. That's my favorite one. I just recorded this today, and yeah, you be like, all right, cool. It's a new record. What do I think about artists performing records that are not out yet? Is that a thing? Do I agree with it? Do I not agree with it? It's kind of weird, right? Are you planning on dropping that record? Like, these are big questions for me.
I like that. I like when artists perform songs that's not out because it builds up the anticipation, but just don't keep people lingering too long because then they'll forget about the song. But
Yeah.
I like when I hear a song at a showcase and I'm like, oh, where can I find that song? They're like, oh, I'm about to drop it. And I'm like, okay, make sure you let me know. And then I might forget to follow up, but
Exactly. Listen, come on now. We got I know you love your indie artists. You love them. You support them all. But I'm trying to tell y'all people, everybody not Tanya Cash. Everybody not gonna be Jezabel. Truth here. They are not going to give a damn about your record about to come out if they like it. You look like an idiot to them when you tell them, no, it's not out yet. It's dropping though. Soon. What the hell is soon? I want the record. Y'all don't even have the audacity. I'm going to tell y'all one thing right now. Gym time. Ding. Y'all don't even have the audacity to be like, it's not out yet, but I can airdrop it to you for your own liking and your own enjoyment. What's your email? I can send it to you right now. No, y'all want to be cool. Y'all want to feel fucking cool. That's what they want to do. They want to be in that joke. No, it ain't out yet. It's going to be dropping on all platforms soon. Boy, that's the one fan that you probably going to get this week. Give them that record now so they can start telling people for you and with you. They like it. Hey, Mikey. He likes it. If they like it, you give it to them. There's no such thing as anticipation. You're not Drake. Look at old Tanya Cash here. For some reason, she still hasn't busted up the strip to check out Beyonce's Renaissance album. I just dropped it. And if y'all are in the mood of listening to some new music, I'm going to tell you like this. Bag to Beat Bundles got a new project, Heavy, that just dropped today. And I happen to like it. All 5 songs.
Oh, okay. Shout out Bag to Beat Bundles.
Yeah, shout them out. Yeah, I'm going to check that out. Because my man finally dropped the project. Y'all been waiting for it. And the album EP Heavy has finally arrived, and it's shaping up to be heavy. It's shaping up to be heavy. I ain't gonna cap. But yeah, it's
Now,
time.
yeah, it's almost time. It's almost time for us to get out of here. And I did want to cover one last topic before
Give
we
it.
leave. Y'all still in here? Make sure y'all hit that like and subscribe button,
Uh,
or just hit the like. You know, it's free, y'all. Just go ahead, hit that like, help the algorithm. But
help algae rhythm.
this story kind of been bothering me, and I'm kind of upset that it's not too many people talking about it. TMZ covered it, the Shade Room covered it, Neighborhood Talk covered it, maybe Hollywood Unlocked. However, I think this is something that needs a little bit more attention. Um, so I don't know if you heard of Gina too, the
Jenna
ice,
too.
yeah, the ice cream
Man,
company.
bruh. Yes, I heard of that. She's wilding right now.
All right, so let me just play this clip for those of you who don't know who she is. I'm gonna go ahead and play this clip for you, and then me and you gonna come back and we're gonna kind of like analyze this. This is not a bashing session. This is not where we are being judgmental, but we definitely need to talk about this. Like, this needs to be talked about,
Point it out.
and accountability needs to be held. Let me know if you can hear it, because I don't think
Time for story time.
Can you hear it?
Mm-hmm. Yep, I sure can.
All right, let me take it back. And this from TMZ, y'all.
So I guess it's time for story time. Everyone keeps asking how I got AIDS. I didn't know I had AIDS. I just got sick one day, started fainting, fevers, then I got really weak, and I was going to the doctors, and no one knew what was wrong. They just kept assuming cancer, cervical cancer, lesion.
All right, so I had to stop it right there just because I want y'all to pay attention to the word lesions. She said she went to doctors, they couldn't figure out what it was. They said it could be this, cancer, this, that, and lesions. Okay.
Mm.
And then I had some doctors saying, "No, you're perfectly fine. Like, there's nothing wrong with you." But eventually, a doctor was like, "Did you know you have AIDS?" And I'm like, "No," because I wasn't getting checked like I should have, as much as I was supposed to. So I didn't know, and I lost a lot of weight because I was in the hospital. I don't know what happened, and
Okay.
Yeah. Did she say?
So,
She said after like she said the doctor just casually was like, "Hey, but by the way, did you know you had AIDS?"
yeah. So,
What?
okay.
What?
So another key point I want y'all to pay attention to was the fact that she said she didn't know, she wasn't getting checked like she was supposed to. And then emphasis on the doctor asking her, "Did you know that you had AIDS?" All right, I'm gonna keep playing this.
Okay.
from losing all that weight, I lost mobility in my legs, so I can't walk or stand right now. But I do my therapy every day, and I do take my pills every day like I'm supposed to. I take 5 pills a day. No, I don't know who gave it to me. So, I just found out recently I didn't have it. They said if I didn't.
Are y'all paying attention to her body language?
Mm-hmm.
You see her looking up in the sky and just looking like to me, she seems a bit too nonchalant for me.
Yes.
Too nonchalant. Okay, let me just keep playing this.
Show up when I did, I would have died because my blood count was so low. I was needing blood bags. They was taking bone samples. They were doing a lot because I was so weak, still so weak. And I think I have wasting syndrome. I'm not anorexic on purpose. um, but yeah, I hope that answered a bunch of you guys' questions.
She thinks she a real life celebrity.
Okay.
See what we were saying? Attention.
So,
People dying for attention right now.
all right.
Dying for it.
So after watching it, there's another video of her explaining more. I think she's explaining more. However,
You want me to tell you some sad shit?
I'm gonna let you go ahead and just you go ahead and tell because I'm gonna really go in. So I'd rather you just go ahead and
So,
go first and just tell me, you know,
so sad shit.
about the situation.
Some sad shit. I didn't even care about that girl. Only thing I cared about was the way that they was trying to throw out the names of the people that she been linked to without them putting out some shit or confirming anything. Like they just threw niggas' names out there, and that to me is what I had a problem with. I ain't care nothing about old girl, for real. And I don't still.
All right, let's play this one other clip and then I'm gonna go in. And this is really upsetting. I'm sorry. It's upsetting to me.
When I started
She keep her head down.
immediately, I started losing mobility in my legs, and I couldn't make it to the bathroom. I was running headfirst in the walls because I couldn't control myself. And I lost uh, issues with my bowels. Like it started just going whenever, wherever. And so when I went to the hospital and stuff, and when they found out and told me about it, just within like 2 weeks, not even, I couldn't walk anymore from being like bedridden. And so that I still can't walk. I'm still trying to gain muscle in my legs to be able to stand because I still need help standing.
This shit is scary. I really just want her to get to the point where she's like, I don't.
Disease from AIDS in my eyes.
All right,
So I
I'm
no
not
longer
on.
have vision there, and
I'm not no more on her sympathy train. I can't take no more of this.
You have
I
sympathy for her?
no, I don't. And the reason I don't have sympathy for her is not because she contracted HIV. I don't have sympathy for her because the rest of you do. Now, I understand that you can contract HIV through needles, through sex, through blood transfusions, and I forgot the other way. Sexual assault, right? So she said she hadn't been getting checked in the last 8 to 10 years, right? Everybody's crying boo hoo. Everyone's blaming the man that gave it to her, right? Oh, well, she probably got it from a dirty man and he didn't even tell her and blah, 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 right? I find it very convenient that in one of her videos, she says, I don't know how I got it. I mean, I was homeless at the time. I got a couple of tattoos. You know, I was sexually assaulted a couple of times. It could have came from there. Yeah, I don't know. I just wasn't getting checked, right?
Yeah.
All right. So this is where I started to get irritated because she gave every example of how she could have possibly got it, right? But she did not want to once apologize to the people that she could have infected because she did not know. That's the part that got to me. I did not hear her once on none of her videos say, you know, this is unfortunate and I truly apologize to anyone who I may have infected due to me not knowing. I really didn't know. Like, I'm so sorry if I've hurt anyone. Like, this is something that I wouldn't want to spread. Like, she has no remorse. Okay. That's the part that got to me, right? Then you're lying. I feel like she's lying because most people, most women, if you get SA'd, the first thing you're concerned about is if you're pregnant or if you got AIDS. So if you've been SA'd or R'd more than once and not any little single bone in your body said, let me go get an HIV test, that's carelessness and that's irresponsibility, okay? Now, I believe she does not want to go to jail. So she's claiming that she never knew. Because I don't see how you because the lesions, remember, lesions is a sign of AIDS, a symptom of AIDS, right? So the
Yeah.
doctors, I'm sure, every time I go to the doctor for something other than a cold, or if I go for a physical, they do blood work, right?
Yeah.
They ask every time, do you want to have, or if I go get a pap smear, They be like, "Do you want to take an HIV test?" Yes, of course. Why not? It's scary. Let's just be honest. Everybody in this room knows that it's scary as shit. If you've been having fun and you go get that test, the whole time you waiting on that phone call. You know what I'm saying? You every time your phone rings, you like, "Oh shit, I hope it's not the doctor." Like, but it's a scary thing. But we have to get it done. We have to get it done. Like, we cannot just go living life and not even thinking about it. Like, her as a female, I feel like she should be arrested. I feel like she should be arrested, one, because she showed no remorse for the people that she may have infected, and it was her self responsibility to get checked. Okay, if it was still in the HIV stages, I would be like more lenient. Whereas I don't feel like she should go to jail. But this is full blown AIDS. Okay,
Yeah,
that means
yeah.
you had it years before it got this bad. That means you've been having sex with people all these years, never even wanted to know your HIV status. You could have been sleeping with them unprotected or protected. Let's say she was promiscuous. 10 people a year. 8 years. 64. 10 years. That's 80. 80 people. 80 people you could have possibly affected over the
We,
past 2 years.
we are assuming that she's been having sex with a lot of people.
No, I'm saying, I said if she was promiscuous, it could
Yeah.
be up to 80 people. Or she could have been in a relationship, which she doesn't really talk much about. My problem is the dismissiveness, and there's no remorse. I feel bad that you were uh ard. I feel bad that you contracted this life-threatening disease. But I don't feel bad if you are reprimanded for you possibly infecting numerous of people. Now they attached her to a couple of celebrities, but let's
Yeah, that's
let's
crazy.
let's just think about this for a second. When's the last black celebrity that admitted to having HIV?
Oh, I don't know.
Think about it. There's only one.
Who's that?
The only one. Magic
He admit,
Johnson. Magic
uh,
Johnson is the only celebrity that has admitted to having HIV since what, the early 90s?
yeah,
She
that
is
was
the second black celebrity or semi-celebrity that's admitting to having HIV/AIDS.
Hold on, are we calling her a celebrity?
Semi, IG model, whatever.
Oh hell no!
I'm just
You see
saying.
what's happening?
I'm just saying. Okay,
It's all for likes, y'all. Get your likes up. Y'all get your likes up. Get out there, do your crazy dances. It's time. Do your silly dances. Get as crazy as you can and become a celebrity.
okay, not celebrity, but it's popular Instagram model. You
She's
don't really
only popular now.
you don't really hear too many people talking about HIV. And I know there's more people than Magic Johnson that have it out here. Celebrities. Let's just go on celebrities. There's more celebrities than Magic Johnson that has HIV. He can't be
They got a whole.
he can't
They
be
got,
the only one. He's the only one, and then now her, right?
they got a whole cocktail now, man, for them people. So I mean, what I'm like,
So
you see that commercial that come on?
my only thing after this is to say, y'all, like, I know it's scary sometimes to get tested, especially if you're very promiscuous, but still do it. Just do it for the sake of other people, for the environment. Like, that's what pissed me off about the whole thing, because you won't believe how small the United States is. And you're married, so you're good, right? As long as you do the right thing, you'll be good. But America, the United States, is really, really small. This girl could have slept with somebody that slept with somebody who slept with somebody who then slept with somebody who slept with another person that's sleeping with you.
Mm.
That's how small the United States is. And that's what bothered me the most. It's like, I was like, dang. Like, I can only imagine how many thirsty ass niggas was in her DMs. How many thirsty ass niggas probably fucked her raw if she let them. Or that would have. And then go and have sex with other girls, who then go have sex with other guys, who those guys go have sex with other girls, and it could possibly trickle down to any one of us. So that's where I got upset, because for 8 years, for 6 years, I understand a year, maybe 2 years. I understand you going 1 year, 2 years without being tested. I understand that. But 8 to 10 years, that's neglect, irresponsibility, and now you could possibly affect my life. So I believe she should be reprimanded for this. I know she's on her deathbed, but she could at least be in jail somewhere on her deathbed. Like
Sheesh.
it's fucked up.
I mean, yeah. Look, hey, look. Maybe let's shed some light on this. Maybe America can trade her for somebody else.
You crazy, but nah,
There we
y'all.
go. Got another weed head out. Get her in there and get another weed head out. Let's make it right. Let's make it right. I'm with you on this. Let's get one of our weed heads out. Free one of my weed heads. Let her take its place. Now I ain't gonna hold you. I was down in the DMV this weekend and I was inspired to do something that I haven't done in quite a while. That's right. My Huffington Post.
No, you did not come home and get no huff. Like, don't you dare.
I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I'm not gonna lie to y'all boys. I'm not gonna lie to y'all boys. Success to left, and like as Tanya Cash said, y'all done got lazy, as Beyonce got with Blue Ivy's hair, apparently. Because I can't believe y'all out there, all that legal weed y'all got, and y'all still find the trash. Now come on now. Get on out of that trash and serve till you get better. Get on out of that trash. And I ain't gonna lie to y'all. It had no business being from Clinton down to Suitland. But it was so far from reach down there with the goddamn going huff. I thought I was in Baltimore for a second. Now I know that Baltimore is a lot faster than getting your stuff from Cali or a better source. But if y'all driving up there to Baltimore to get you from one of them little cheap old dispensaries, you can just keep on saving, save your gas. Because that ain't it. I was highly, highly, highly disappointed. It was huffity huff, huff, huff. I had enough. Now, it's bad. I'm not going to say no names. But over there in Forestville, around my old neighborhood, y'all got to get it together. Because I almost fell asleep behind the wheel 2 times. And it was only because of your trees. Now, you could almost took old Sixcess out.
Was it good or was it bad? Like you
it was Sleepy Huff. Sleepy Huff at that. And you could have took old Sixcess out. So that, sir, my friend, until you do better, until you make it right, you on my list. Stony Meadows, I guess that area over there. Y'all get it together. You on notice. Clinton, y'all up on deck. Because y'all ain't got no respect either. So we coming for you next. Next time I'm in the DMV, y'all better do me better. Y'all better do me better. It just so happens I will be in Baltimore on the 27th. That is at a private location. But if you jump in my DMs and ask me and possibly may be able to drop it down as to where that event may or may not be.
You said on the 27th?
Yeah.
So in some lighter news, I accepted some tree that originally I thought was going to be her.
Yes, tell me.
It wasn't. I mean, it's not as good as what I'm used to, but like, trust me, my weed man, he probably, if I was him, I wouldn't have gave me shit because the way my attitude was, and shout out to my weed man, he's always looking out. I told him I was kind of low on funds, and he was like, "Oh well, I got some other shit, if you want to mix or stretch your weed out." And I was like, "What is it?" He was like, "Smell it," and I smelled it. I was like, "What's this? Homegrown?" And he was like, "No." He was like,
Good question.
I forgot what strain he said it was. I was like, "Oh, it's probably high CBD." He was like, "Man, just try the shit. I'm just trying. If you want to stretch your weed out, that's all. I'm just trying to help." And I was like, "Okay."
Good questions. All valid questions.
So I took the shit and I smoked it before I went to brunch yesterday. And I had one mimosa, came home and passed out for 5 hours.
Like, see, that's not it. That ain't it.
No. It was like I was stoned. Like I was stoned all through brunch, and I was telling my friend, I was telling her the same story. I was like, "Girl, I'm bougie as shit. This last try, give me some weed." I was like, "I thought it wasn't good enough, bitch. I'm high as shit." I'm just over it.
But you missed the whole evening. A beautiful day.
Well, I was exhausted. I mean, I was recently. It It has nothing to do with the weed. I just been, really, really.
I need y'all to go listen to my new single Goals
Yes.
on all platforms. I definitely talk about the effects of too much indica being around right now. And I need y'all to understand something. There are some people in the world, me being one of them, that likes to smoke my weed and then work effectively, efficiently, and throughout the day long. I don't like for my weed to kick me so damn hard
I do.
that I'm gonna miss a beautiful day, a chance to be epic.
I love
Money.
it.
All right. So now, like, if you have that strand and it's for nighttime, label it as that. Do you know why Dayquil and Nyquil are labeled as such? We do know that. All right. Stop putting your clients to sleep. We're not zombies. You get more money out. Listen, y'all. Listen, we men of America, young. All huff dealers, y'all go ahead and quit. This quit. But anybody that has good quality, I'm gonna tell you something. If you keep your clients awake, they have more time to bake. They have more time to come and give you some cake. All right. So keep them awake so they can bake and they can get more cake to you. That's just a simple way of doing it. And y'all see that lyrical breakdown right there? Y'all see what I just did? Those bars? That's because I'm lyrical. I'm lyrical. Well, what you got coming up? What you got coming up for me this week?
Time to go. Y'all definitely, like I said, back in emotion, back home, still going through some music. So hopefully I have a music review for y'all. I don't like giving y'all exact dates and times. I like it to be kind of like a spirit of the moment thing. Check in. You know what I'm saying? Just check, like y'all need to check in on the website, like y'all need to check in on the Live 365. If I ain't got none of y'all new music on there, it's not my fault. It's your fault because you ain't sending me nothing. So there it is right there. Y'all get some time. Make sure, like we said before, like and subscribe. Check out our website. Follow us on Instagram. Share the part of the show that you like the most. Okay?
Yep.
Thank you.
Yep. And y'all know, stay lit. Free all my weed heads. And at this time, I know y'all are flicking that ash off them roaches and flicking that roach to the ashtray and getting ready to roll up another one. Because I am. Now we out. Peace.
Bye, y'all.